Hi, Megan. Ashley here. Hope you're doing well. I too had an issue recording on Zoom. It took me a few tries to get it. That was a learning curve. And then before I get started, I also wanted to say that I too really enjoyed this part of making these videos. It was really uncomfortable at first, but it's been really fun to be able to see what everyone else is thinking. I know in traditional school, I think sometimes we have space to share, or we are willing to share, and other times we aren't. So this modality of sharing and requiring it to be done has been really fun, and a really nice way to connect with everyone and support everyone through this journey. So I'm right there with you. I've really enjoyed it. So you did your lesson on empathy with fourth through sixth graders, and I think that's a really important lesson. And I think it was also really important that you tied it to a need at the campus that you're going to be working at. So it's something you can utilize when you begin in the school year with those kiddos. Empathy is really hard to, I think, grasp and comprehend, and it's incredibly valuable and important for us to function in society, right? To be able to think outside of ourselves and put ourselves in somebody else's shoes, to recognize the struggles, even though we may not be able to personally struggle or don't struggle with something, but to recognize that somebody else is really powerful. And I think it's incredibly validating. And yeah, so I thought this was a really great lesson. I loved that you said you were going to bring in like a really old pair of shoes, and that is such a great way to like catch them and pull them in, because you know those kids are going to be like, "What are those old things doing here?" And they're going to want to know what it's about. So that's a great way to reel them in, and I loved that. The video that you chose was super sweet, and I loved how it started out. You know, he assumed that everyone's morning looked exactly like theirs, because I think as kids that's what happens. It's like you think everybody's kind of going through the same exact things, but when in reality it's like, no, everyone, some kids may not even have shoes to put on, right? Or they may only have one pair, and so there was a really great way to bring it in to see like, oh, this isn't the case. And I loved how each shoe was tied to like an assumption, like they're cowboys are out in the field with animals. I wonder if they get lonely. Or this basketball player has to wear these Jordans and he has a big game, so I wonder if he feels anxious when he's wearing these shoes. I loved how it did that. It tied it to a feeling, because those kiddos at that time, like I think you had mentioned maybe on my video, that young kids have so many big emotions and they don't really understand them, or they don't feel them. They don't know how, or they feel them, but they don't understand what it's feeling a lot of times, or they don't have words to like put to the feeling. So I really liked how the video tied that into it. And then from there, you went into Salvador Later Early. I haven't personally read that. I'm gonna probably read that once I finish up doing all this. But I, you talked about how it kind of went through what his morning looked like and how he had to take care of other people, and so he's gonna get there, but he might not get there early, or he might get there sooner, or he might get there later. I think that for a child who is struggling, to read it within a story of like, this kid struggles with this too, or this is a different struggle, or I didn't know kids had that struggle. It's just a way to expose them to what other people experience and other people are going through. So I thought that was a really great way to tie it into the empathy aspect of it. And then I loved all the different sorry, I got disconnected for a minute. But I love how you brought in printing out the shoe and allowing them to write down things about their lives. And writing those things, and I think in sharing that kind of information can be, I use the word vulnerable a lot, but yeah, it can be really vulnerable. So I loved that you had them do it in small groups and it was a choice and more of like an intimate setting, and maybe they get to choose the groups of who they want to share that information with. And yeah, I just thought that that's a really great way to approach it, because empathy is hard to understand and it can be a little bit uncomfortable. And so doing it in that way creates the space for all the kids to be willing maybe to do it, whereas some might not be so comfortable doing it in a larger setting. And then you talked about uh, how maybe next time so and so, you said your school provides all the materials or whatever, and sometimes kids don't have materials, and I was that teacher one time, and I was this, I don't have guilt anymore, but I had a lot of guilt for it. But asking one of my, I was teaching sixth grade science, I was long-term subbing, and this was in a new city for me. I was a temporary living situation where I was going to be, and it was in a low socioeconomic area. And I got so frustrated that one of my students, many of them, but one in particular, every day would come without his book and without, or his notebook and without his pencil. And one day this was my younger self. I can't say that I flipped out on him, but I definitely took him aside and was like, what is happening? You don't have this stuff all the time. And he was just like, Miss, like, I don't have it. My siblings take it, or my parents can't buy it. So we had a plan where I gave him all of his stuff and I put it in there. It was in the room, and that was a huge learning curve for me with empathy. And so when you brought up about like that peer asking for a pencil and being like, oh, you don't have a pencil again, that, I don't know, it just sparked that memory within myself. And I think empathy is something that we continue to learn and go through, and it shifts and morphs as we get older and we experience new situations. So I really loved that. And the last thing that I really liked about was how you said that staff and administration and teachers often don't foster, empathy in the workspace. And that is something that we need to model, because if we want these students or these people, the future of tomorrow, to be empathetic towards people's needs and concerns or their lives, then we ourselves have to model it and teach it and show that it's okay to be that way. So yeah, I thought it was really important and really great that you said that. And I loved your video, and I can't wait to see what happens next with us. I hope you have a good one. Bye.